back to my channel. I look like a mess, but I'm gonna take you guys through my first week of online, my online semester because of COVID. My college algebra class, I only have to show up 5 times, and that's only for the 4th test and the final exam. But everything else is online. So like one of the teachers that I got that my best friend actually recommended, she's a really good teacher. She already had all videos out like a week ago already, and yeah, so there's probably gonna be music on the background and whatnot. So let's get into this. Let's get this grind. Let's work to that degree. I'm almost done, and let's work for that diagnostic sonography program. Oh my gosh, I just honestly cannot wait until the day that I start doing shadowing and all that kind of cool stuff, because I will definitely be vlogging that. A fact. But anyways, let's get into it.
College algebra students, this is Dr. Lake, and this is your very first video. This is going to be for the fall semester, and we may use it after that, but we're probably going to have to go hybrid. So I'll be having some in-class lectures, but I'll do the entire lectures for you on videos. So you can go back, see every problem that maybe I didn't have time to do in class, and you can slow down, back up, and see all of the examples work for you. What you have in front of you is my set of what I call class notes. I will provide these for you on the first day of class. It tells you right up here, there's our book, College Algebra, 12th edition, Lionel Miller, and this is going to be a set of notes for test number 1. What I've done is I've written down most of the instructions, the order of things that goes right by the book. So you'll need your textbook, you'll need these notes, and you might want some paper to write things down, because we're going to work through every problem here together that is on here for us to work. I've selected these by hand for us to learn what we need to learn out of each one of the chapters. So this is your very first one. I hope that you can prepare when you sit down to listen to these lectures. I will do about a 30-minute lecture, because that's all my computer will hold, and it might not cover the whole section, but then I'll pick up in the next lecture with where I stop off. So I hope that you take advantage of this. Here we go. We're going to begin in Chapter 1 with 1.1, Section 1.1, linear equations. Chapter 1 is all about solving. We'll be solving all kinds of equations, and many of those you already know how to solve, but some of you don't. So that's going to be your challenge, is to follow the strategy to solve the equations separate and use them appropriately. As part of that, we'll be solving applications problems, which is word problems, and we'll be doing 2 sections of those. We'll be solving literal equations, which is formulas, and at the very end, we're going to be looking at inequalities. So lots and lots of solving. So you need to know the strategies to solve, what types of equations and inequalities you're solving, and of course, how to write the answer. The very first type that we're going to see is called a linear equation, and they're the easiest ones. The linear equations, this is what we're told is the standard form. Ax plus b equals 0. A and b are numbers. So you're looking at what we call a one-variable first-degree equation. And I'm going to highlight things here for you. Remember, you're going to have this set of notes in your hands. So I hope that you'll highlight it too, and we're going to work these together. You'll see them work for you on the video. In solving this type of equation, this is the easiest type. This is the type that we learn on. Our strategy is going to be to isolate the variable on one side of the equation. And the good news is, it doesn't matter which side of the equals marks we have our x or our y on. It just has to be over there all by itself. Now, because of this particular type, and this is actually a good rule of thumb anyhow, I'm going to tell you that as we begin solving these, my favorite thing to say to myself is right here. Get rid of fractions, get rid of parentheses, and combine like terms. We're going to do this equation second. I'm actually going to go to what I've written out for you and show you just a basic problem to start with. So I'm going to go back and forth between these set of notes and what I've written out for you by hand. Okay, so a linear equation, the easiest type. It's a single variable, so you're not going to have an x and a y, you're going to have an x. And we're going to start with one that's crazy easy. 2x minus 3 equals 8. Remember what our strategy says for this type of equation. This is a single variable. First degree means x is to the first power. We want to get the x by itself. So what we're going to use are the properties of equality, which you learned from intermediate algebra. And it says that if you've got equals marks, you can do anything that you want to both sides of the equation. Except you can't divide or multiply by 0. That's a no-no. So if I wanted to move a 3 that's subtracted, then I would add 3. If I wanted to get rid of a 2 that's multiplied, then I would divide by 2. It's got to be done on both sides. So those are the properties of equality. Now I'm going to write everything out for you here, and what I'm going to show you is the moves that I make, but it's also going to show you a good form. You know, you're in college algebra because this is a course that you need to get out of college to fulfill your requirement. And it's going to be imperative that you learn how to write things well, because these are going to get only more difficult, and we need to have a good form in doing things so that as they get more difficult, we don't get confused. So here's our equation. 2x minus 3 equals 8. We want to work vertically. So we need to get the x by itself, which means we need to get rid of the 2 and get rid of the 3. The properties of equality say if you want to get rid of something in an equation, do the opposite. So to get rid of a minus 3, I'll plus 3, but remember to both sides. To get rid of a multiplied 2, I have to divide by 2. We'd like to add and subtract first because that keeps us away from fractions until the very end. So I need to move the 3. The 3 is subtracted. That means I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Make sure one's on one side of the equals marks, one's on the other. Now you don't have to write the plus 3 if you don't want to, but I'll write this out because I don't know what all of my students' abilities are. So I want to make sure everybody understands what I'm doing. So if you add 3 to both sides, this is going to cancel out, leaving the 2 in.
literally look like a mess. But the live just ended. It was a pretty good live. The moment I joined the live, because I already seen someone snap, I was like, I have this class with this person, and I know him. He's pretty funny. And the moment I joined the live, but I turned my video on, we both started laughing. Oh my gosh, this class is gonna be fun already. But some people don't know how to mute themselves while they're moving when the teacher is talking. See, I forgot mine was not muted at one point, and that person was Snapchatting me, like the person that's in that class. And it was quite funny what I saw. Oh my gosh. But let me show you guys. So I printed out, so this is like the lab, and basically yeah, this is the lab right here. And basically this is not in the bookstore, and they shouldn't even be selling this at the bookstore because this is his own. He made this. And if you were to buy the one at the bookstore, which someone already did, this is completely made different from the other one. Like the other one, it probably has a longer version of different stuff that won't be on here. And this is the book right here. And the first week is the chapter that we're gonna be learning is Chemistry Comes Alive. And I'm gonna show you the notes that I've been taking. I only took a few notes in this class because the first part was just introduction, you know, about the class and everything, syllabus, yada yada. And there we go. And yeah, so that was basically it. And then after that, when we took our 10 minutes break and we came back, that's when he started just really lecturing. So it was like around 7 something. So I have this, that, and I got that. So that's that. I'm really going to look through everything, read everything that I need to know and stuff. I don't want to really record that because that's for my own. I want to do that on my own and see what I gotta do and really make sure that I don't miss anything, that I'm on top of things, and make sure that I just know of everything that I need to get done and what I need to do. So yeah, so this is day 2. Pretty good day, you could say. I'm very tired. I don't know how, but I just am. Even though I kind of woke up a little bit late, but I'm just tired. This is just getting back into things again, and online it's just so different. I really wish it was face-to-face, but due to COVID still going on, it's still online, which there's classes that are still opening up. Like my brother has registration and stuff, and he's only doing online. My dad is not letting him go back, and I wouldn't either, because there have been opening schools and then they close schools because of why they're getting more COVID cases. It's stupid. Don't open it. It's like literally all these kids, you don't know where these kids has been. It's literally going to spread. Like it spreads like that. So I already know that any school that is open is not going to last long. It's not going to. But for some high schoolers that are still in school and whatever, just whenever you guys, like whenever it gets back to normal and you guys are officially just like still in school and everything, things are gonna change. We don't know what's gonna happen with COVID, but my one advice to you guys is for friends, don't always try to fit in like with people. Try to be different just to fit in and get noticed just so you want to have a friend. I'm gonna tell you right now, I know this from experience. Be yourself. When you be yourself, you find the true people that are meant to be in your life. Don't try so hard to fit in. I'm telling you, I did, and it didn't really go well. So just really be yourself, and you will find true people that are meant to be in your life. If you are trying to fit in, you won't really have real friends, and it's toxic, and it's bad for your own health, and it's just bad. You don't want fake people around you. You need real people surrounding you, people that want you to do better for yourself, a better version of yourself. Someone that encourages you, that believes in you, that doesn't down you and talk behind your back. Because listen, words goes around. Like, literally, I've had so-called friends, and they would talk behind my back, and they'll think they're less than you. I mean, yeah, lesser, and like, for example, a good friend of mine that's my best friend right now, we're really good friends, someone that I thought that was my friend, she told me that she just didn't think that I was too bright and whatever. Baby girl, let me tell you something. I'm smart, intelligent, and I learn differently. Sometimes it takes me a while to process something and learn something. My grammar is pretty bad, but that's something that I do work on until this day. And high school didn't really prepare me as I should for college. Like, I got taken off of classes just because I couldn't do it, and it was ruining my health academy for my GPA too. And I know I'm going to be successful, and I'm gonna be doing big things in my future, and I know I'm going to be successful no matter, I almost cussed, no matter what. So that's why I'm saying, be careful on the crowd that you have. Keep your circle small. You don't want that big crowd, and not all of them are not your real friends. Don't try to fit in, trying to be someone else. Because when you're trying not to be someone else, you're not being yourself, and you're hurting yourself doing that. And also, for the bullies, like, if you ever see someone bullying someone, don't let that continue. If that person can't stand up and doesn't have the courage, help them. Say something to that bully, because you don't know what that person can be going through, and that's just hurting them more. There's the number one actually killed, like, for like someone dying is suicidal. I couldn't even believe it. I thought it was car accidents, but I learned it somewhere, and I had seen it. I researched myself for it to be true, and it's suicidal. So yeah, words can go a big way. And if you're already friends with that person, you guys already joke around, that's a whole different story. But if you're saying things to someone you don't even know, you don't know what these words can do to that person. So watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Anyways, I wanted to wait until the end to do this, like towards my end, but I just wanted to say that and let that out. Be yourself. Be yourself, okay? And for that person, watch your mouth. Stand up for yourself. I'm telling you now, when you stand up for yourself and stand up to that bully, you do not let no one disrespect you, and you don't let no one walk your way, because you deserve more and you value. Never let anybody walk over you and think that they can disrespect you in no shape or way or form. You don't let that happen. You show them who the boss is. You don't let that disrespect, okay? And that's on period. And someone touches you, what? Okay. Anyways. Anyways, I look like a mess, but we will continue doing this later, and I will check on you guys later with everything that I got to do. I need to check on everything and see what I got going on. So I will see you guys later.
Particle of air and be deflected sideways. So sometimes you'll get little sideways. So these are the vapor trails of the particles that are flying off this radioactive material. Pretty cool.
So I'm gonna show you guys what my notes look like so far. So I just wrote down all the test dates. And with this teacher, you cannot play. You cannot be late. There's no smartwatches. You can't use no type of smartwatch, Apple Watch, nope. You have to be on time. If you are not in time, she takes points off. So I wrote down all the lecture videos that I need to have done. Then the practice test one, and then the test one is September 10th. And so this is from lecture video 1.1. All that, example 1, example 2. This is just some more notes about the LCD, lowest common denominator. Then I just wrote more steps to it. Then 3, then all of that. And now this is 1.2. Now onto 1.3. Alright guys, so I'm back. So today is day 2 and I didn't wake up early. I woke up like at 11 or 10, no, 11 something or 12, and I got disappointed that I didn't wake up early, and I thought I had put an alarm and I didn't. So I ended up like getting up like at 1 something, took a shower, did the dishes, made some coffee, and it's right there in the bag, as you can see right there. It's just half and half, and then coffee, and it's cafe bustelo. I was going to do more sections last night, but just doing those 2 sections, it really just made me super tired. It just like getting back into things, just it was too much. Like I just felt tired. And then I had put an all-nighter the other day, the one night before. So yeah, because I had worked. You know, when you work, it's kind of hard to fall asleep again. Well, when you sleep the whole entire day. So I'm going to be doing, I'm trying to get at least 2 more sections done, or 3, to really get ahead. And then I have a live at 6, and I don't want you guys to watch me do again math. It's basically me taking notes, just me watching her. She's like literally lecturing. So I'm not gonna record myself again doing that, but I will update you guys much later when I start doing the live for AMP first day. I'm actually super excited for this class. Like, it sucks that it has to be online, but I can't wait. So see you later. Anyways, I will see you guys later. So I'm watching this. This is I just subscribed to her not too long ago. Moya Mawini. And that's what I'm watching. I got some stuff here and all that. So basically that's all that I've gotten done. There's no due date. So basically, when I finish like example lab 1, whenever he has a due date for that, all I gotta do is really scan this. Like, there's an app on my phone, I scan it and I would send it to the teacher. And the next live is tomorrow, and that's where I'm gonna get my reading. I'm gonna start reading tomorrow, and I'm also gonna start reading today to really, you know, refresh my memory and really learn more, because this is also from like what I learned in general biology, but also more of anatomy physiology. I only took survey in anatomy physiology, which is the easy version, so there's a lot that I need to know more about, and I really need to pay attention to this class and really learn a lot and start to memorize stuff, because this will literally help me for me being in diagnostic sonography, because it's a lot of imaging and it's ultrasound, and in the imaging you need to know your bones, you need to know everything, and you need to know it all. So that's that. And I think I already had showed you guys the notes I took in AMP earlier. Yes, I did. So that's basically all I got done for the lab. I'm gonna finish it today, and then I'm gonna do some math later on. So let's get into it. I literally look tired, and I already got a text message if I can work tonight, and I don't think I can do that. I let them know that it's a possible chance, but I really need to get this reading going and try to finish this lab. But and also do watch more lecture videos so I can get ahead, So it gives me time to study for this test. This test is September 10th, and I feel like if I have a very good head start, I will really do well on this test. Like, amazing. And I'm going to do great. I'm telling you, I'm going to pass that test. I'm very determined that I'm going to pass that test. I'm gonna do well. I'm gonna tell you, well. And if I get ahead of it now, oh baby, there ain't no stopping me from getting that good grade. But anyways, guys, I will update you guys later. I am watching some YouTube. Let me show you what the YouTube I'm watching. Okay, so this is the lab menu. It's kind of hard, but I've gotten this done, that done, got that done. Can't find that one yet. Got this done. I got that done, and then that's loops, and then that's lab too. But yeah. Hey guys, so I got out of the shower like an hour ago, and I ended up working last night. I was FaceTiming my friend, bestie, and I work with her mom, and my friend was telling me asking me, because her mom asked her to ask me if I wanted to work for a few hours. And you know, she works really hard and she never has someone to help her, like a float, meaning someone that helps up front, whatever. It's like you take care of residents basically. And I really have gotten ahead in my classes and stuff, so it wasn't really bad. It is day 3 now. It's Wednesday, new day. But I will show you guys what I've gotten done. Alright, I'm gonna flip this. This is the first page. Got this done, second, then third, then fourth, then fifth, and then sixth. So that's done. So lab 1 is done. And that's all I got done, and I have to read later on and take notes, and that's going to happen later. Okay, I'm back. So right now, I'm just going to finish doing the skincare routine that I'm doing right now. It's from Mario Badescu. And then I have Millie Bobby Brown, the one that she collabed with Florence, but that is not until later. So I'm going to do that, get ready. Might be naked for like a little bit, and I'm gonna watch a little bit maybe of YouTube, because you know, when I like to air out and you know be naked, I like to put some YouTube. But basically today is gonna consist of, I'm going to do my lecture note for math, and then I'm going to do AMP. I don't know which one I want to do first. I think I might do math, because I've actually been really interested in math, even though I don't like math. And it's going to go by much faster, because with AMP, I do have to read, take notes, and yada yada. And that takes a lot of time, which I want to do that more later. And let me tell you what I actually did so earlier. Like, I basically stayed up all night because I already had slept, because I had worked that night. I ended up working on like 3 to 7, and I didn't really get sleep at all. So I was up all night, and then like around 7:02, 7:05, I left my house with my brother, and I picked up his girlfriend, you know, hang out with Sissy-in-law. We went to Dunkin' Donuts, got some food. Then we actually went to McDonald's to get more food, you know, and it was a really good breakfast. I enjoyed the time. It was really fun. And then dropped her back off, and I'm here now. So that was my day. So I really did do something for day 3. I just forgot to record as much. I just completely forgot because I was just so focused on doing it. So much was happening too. Not gonna talk about it, but so much was happening all at once that entire day. So I just completely just forgot. So I think, is today Thursday? I think it is. Pretty sure. Yeah, that day, it went by so fast. So yeah, I barely recorded for day 3. So this is basically day 4. So this is Thursday, and my live is later. So this will basically take you through my whole entire week of my first week of online. And it's not bad. It's really not bad. But I prefer face-to-face. I'm really upset that, it had to be like this because of COVID. Because I learned better face-to-face, and the interaction's much better, and you meet new people. It's amazing to always meet new people. Like, I've met so many people in the past years of my college years, and there's some I won't see ever again. There's some I still keep in contact with here and then, but there is some that I've actually became really super close with. Just a few, not a lot, and it's okay. It's always amazing just to meet new people. Like I said, nothing wrong with that. And if you guys don't end up being close, it's okay, because that's part of life, because there's people you're never going to see for the rest of your whole entire life. And that's okay. But anyways, because, also everyone has their own life. Everyone goes their separate ways. And that's something that, you got to really remind yourself about that. And the ones that are truly going to be in your life are truly going to be in your life. So, yeah. So, I will talk to you guys later. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. What I guys told you what I was going to do. So, I'm going to get into it. Hey, guys. So, it's day 3. And I did say something last night. But I did forget to show you guys what I finished for A&P. I did finish lab 1, and I will show you guys that a little bit more later. I swear, almost all the time my eyes get itchy when I get out the shower, because the skincare routine that I'm using is just somehow I just get it in my eye, and oh my gosh. But anyways, oh my gosh, here we go again. Hold on, guys, I'll be right back. So basically, I didn't record yesterday because I was just super busy. So much was going on. I'm just gonna say that I'm putting my 2 weeks in at my job. Separate things have been going on too much, and I am gonna find a new job because I need to make my payments and what I pay in this house, what I help out, and pay my phone and all that good stuff that I need to pay. I'm not gonna talk about that. That's personal. But last night I was on FaceTime with my friend. She was doing her reading as well. We were doing it together. We were doing something separately. But I finished reading chapter 1, and I took my notes that I showed you guys. So that's what I did. Trying to think. And yeah, it was a really busy day, so I didn't really record it, and I didn't even get to attend the live because it wasn't letting me, and I think it was because of my Wi-Fi. But I had asked a classmate, and the classmate said that they had fell asleep, so they never attended the live. But it just kept saying, waiting to others to join or whatever, something like that. So I'm just thinking, okay. But I just eventually left, and I think they did have the live. I'm pretty sure. It just was my Wi-Fi was acting up, but it also said that, people left the chat, yada yada. So I'm just so confused. So I hope that they didn't have it and it doesn't affect me. I don't think it will. But that was that. This was the first week of online, and it's actually not bad. I really love my A&P 1 class, and I knew I was going to like it because it has to do with what I want to do, and it's diagnostic sonography. It's the imaging, bones and stuff, and I'm just learning so much about that, ultrasounds, x-rays, and it's amazing and it's interesting. And as I was reading it, a lot of it was familiar because I was in the health academy in high school, so it's familiar, most of it. So yep. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up. basically, so I didn't even sleep. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys again for 100 subscribers. I love you guys so much. And you guys are doing great. Keep doing awesome things. Don't let no one bring you down. You are truly amazing. Stay positive, whatever you're going through. Keep your heads up. You are strong. You value. You're enough, and you matter. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Show you now. So I actually finished this part. I haven't done the crossword, but I have this. And that's it. Okay. And then now I'm gonna show you. So I basically read chapter